Listen to me. I don't know who told you that you weren't good enough. I don't know who convinced you that where you came from disqualifies you from greatness. I don't know what life did to you. I don't know how many times you failed. I don't know how broken you feel right now. But I came to tell you one thing, and I need you to feel me deep. You were built to win. I need you to sit up, lean in, and lock in right now. Don't scroll. Don't move. Don't blink. Because this message, it's for you. Not your neighbor, not your friend. This guy already knows something about you. If you're still breathing, if you're still standing, if there's even a flicker of fight left in your chest, then it ain't over. You might have lost some battles, but you will win this war. But you got to hear this whole thing. Don't check out early. Don't quit halfway through. That's how most people lose. They quit right before the breakthrough. They don't stay long enough to see what happens when a human being refuses to fold. So I'm telling you right now, not as a motivational speaker, not as a voice on your screen, I'm talking to you as someone who's been to hell and back, as someone who's had nothing and built everything, as someone who didn't get a shortcut, who had to grind through the dirt for every single inch. I'm telling you this because I don't want you to survive. I want you to win. But you got to listen. Every single word. This ain't fluff. This ain't hype. This is life or death for your dream. Because by the time this speech is over, you're not going to hope to win. You're going to know, I will win. Let's get it. You keep waiting for the lights to come on before you start moving. You keep waiting for the opportunity to show up with your name already on it. You keep waiting for the world to clap for you before you even swing. Let me tell you something. The win don't start when the world sees you. It don't start when you post it on Instagram. It don't start when the check clears. The win, your win, it starts in the dark. You know what the dark is? It's when nobody knows your name, when nobody texts you good job, when nobody is checking for you, when it's cold, it's lonely, it's quiet, and you still get up and grind. You still read, you still study, you still run, you still push. That's the difference between the one who wins and the one who watches. The one who works when it ain't cute, when it ain't popular, when it ain't loud. You see, people think winning is about talent. They think it's about being chosen. Nah. Winning is about being committed to a vision so strong that you don't need applause to keep going. You don't need recognition to keep pushing. You don't need comfort to stay consistent, because you understand this one truth. What you do in the dark determines what you own in the light. Everybody wants to shine, but don't nobody want to suffer. Everybody wants success, but nobody wants the solitude that builds it. You want the crown, but you don't want to carry the weight of discipline that comes before it. Let me help you. You don't get to skip that part. There is no shortcut. You either embrace the grind now or stay behind forever. You want the world to respect you, but what are you doing right now when no one's watching? What are you doing at 4 a.m. when your alarm goes off and your body says sleep, but your future says move? What are you doing when the crowd is gone? When your friends disappear, when nobody is reposting your content, when nobody is returning your calls? Are you still locked in? Are you still working? Because that is where the win lives. Success is not sexy in the beginning. It's messy, it's quiet, it's lonely, it's early mornings and late nights. It's failure after failure and still having the courage to show up again. It's doing the work and not needing to post about it. It's being your own motivation. It's crying in your car, wiping your face, and going back inside like you never broke down. And I get it. It's hard. I'm not saying this life is easy. I'm not saying this road is smooth. I'm saying it's worth it. I'm saying the version of you that's waiting on the other side of your consistency is stronger, wiser, more powerful than you've ever imagined. But you don't get there by skipping the dark. You don't get there without pain, without sacrifice, without becoming obsessed with the mission. Some of y'all want comfort more than you want greatness. And I'm telling you, you can't have both. You can't have ease and elevation. You can't want to be average during the week and expect to win like a beast on the weekend. You can't sleep 10 hours a night and talk about I will win. No, you won't. Not like that. The real ones, the ones who actually win, they pay a price in private so they can own the moment in public. You got to love the process more than the praise. You got to show up for yourself when no one else will. You got to build the kind of character that don't fold when the lights are off, when the emotions are low, when the bank account is empty. You still show up. You still run your reps. You still read the book. You still master your craft because you understand the work works. Even when you don't see results today, the work is stacked. But here's the problem. Most of you quit in the dark. You start, you get excited, but the moment it gets quiet, the moment it gets hard, you fold. You stop. You look around and say, ain't nobody watching. Why am I doing this? Let me tell you something. You watching. That's enough. You are your own accountability. If you can't stay committed without validation, you'll never be trusted with elevation. Let that sink in. If you only give 100 when people are clapping, then you're not built for this. Because there are long seasons where it's just you, your grind, your tears, and your vision. You got to outlast discouragement. You got to outwork self-doubt. You got to move through fear. And you can't do that waiting on somebody to cheer you on every 5 seconds. You have to become your own engine. I'm telling you, your win is being formed right now. Every decision you make in the dark is building your future in the light. Every time you say no to distraction, every time you say yes to discipline, every time you choose vision over vibes, you are winning. You may not feel it, you may not see it yet, but the roots are growing. The foundation is forming. Don't you dare quit because it's quiet. It's supposed to be quiet. This is the season where champions are made. There's no shortcut to excellence. You don't just wake up and become great. You wake up and grind until it happens. You put in hours when no one knows your name. You master your gift when no one's clapping. And then one day, when the moment comes, when the light hits, when the door opens, you don't fumble it. Why? Because you were already winning when nobody saw it. You were already prepared. You didn't get lucky. You got ready. And if you keep doing the work in the dark, eventually the light will find you. But you won't be shocked by it. You'll be ready to own it. Because that's what winners do. They win in the dark so they can dominate in the light. Some of y'all still waiting. You waiting on a green light that's never coming. You waiting on your mama to believe in you. You waiting on your friends to hype you up. You waiting on your boss to give you the go-ahead. You waiting on somebody to tell you you're ready. Let me break something down to you. You don't need permission to win. You don't need a cheer squad. You don't need 1 million likes. You don't need your circle to clap. You don't need anybody to tell you it's your time. All you need is a decision. You think champions wait to be picked? You think people who dominate wait to be chosen? No, they choose themselves. They don't wait for permission. They give themselves the assignment. They don't ask the world, am I good enough? They tell the world, watch me. See, I need you to catch this. The difference between people who live average lives and those who walk in purpose, it ain't talent, it's not luck, it's not family background. The difference is one person waited to be approved, and the other one got up one day and said, enough. I'm not waiting anymore. I decide I'm done losing. I decide I'm done shrinking. I decide I'm done shrinking. I decide I'm done explaining my dreams to people who ain't even qualified to dream. I will win, period. That's all it takes, a decision. Not feelings, not hype, not a perfect plan, just a decision backed by relentless execution. Do you hear me? You keep making it too complicated. You say, I need more money first. Nah, you don't. I need everything to be aligned. Let me tell you the truth. It'll never be perfect. You want to win? You have to decide in the mess. You have to decide in the storm. You have to decide when you don't even have clarity yet, but you're willing to build clarity through action. And let me tell you what the enemy of decision is: doubt. Doubt will have you stuck in neutral while the world passes you by. Doubt will talk you out of greatness. Doubt will whisper, "What if you fail?" And you better respond with, "What if I don't? What if this works?" But some of y'all don't even fight back. You let the doubt own you. You let fear run your life. You let people's opinions chain you to the same level year after year. You let failure from 5 years ago make decisions for you today. Listen to me. If you want to win, you've got to take the pen back. You've got to stop letting your past write your future. You've got to stop giving your power to people who wouldn't even bet on themselves. You don't need applause to start. You don't need a mentor to give you a yes. You don't need your situation to be perfect. You don't need more time. You need more intensity. You need more focus. You need to decide that whatever it takes, whatever it costs, however long it takes, you're not backing down. And when you make that kind of decision, the universe has no choice but to respond. The doors will open, but not before you knock. The resources will appear, but not before you move. The help will come, but not until you've first taken a step. Don't miss that. Motion brings manifestation. Nothing happens while you wait. Everything happens when you decide and go. I remember walking through seasons with no blueprint. Nobody told me how to do it. Nobody held my hand. But I decided I wasn't going to let my lack be louder than my purpose. I didn't have all the answers, but I had the hunger. And that hunger made me study when others slept. It made me train when others chilled. It made me go all in when everyone else was still waiting for the right moment. Let me tell you, the right moment is the one you make. You've been giving your power away for too long. You keep saying, "I'll go hard once I get that opportunity." Nah, you don't wait on opportunity. You become so undeniable that opportunity chases you. You work like you're already where you want to be. You act like it's already yours. Not because you're faking it, but because you're building your future by being it before you see it. And when you decide, really decide, something changes in your spirit. You start walking different, talking different, thinking different. Because the moment you say, "I will win," and you mean it, you become a different person. You stop explaining yourself. You stop chasing validation. You stop entertaining distractions. You start moving like it's done. But the world don't owe you anything just because you made a decision. That decision is just a spark. Now you got to keep that fire lit every single day with discipline, with action, with focus. And when the voices come back, the doubt, the fear, the comparison, you remind yourself, "I already decided." There's no negotiation. There's no going back. You fight for it, you bleed for it, you suffer for it, and then you rise with it. You don't need their yes. You don't need their approval. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need one thing: a decision that refuses to quit. A decision that breathes. A decision that can't be shaken. That's the moment everything changes. That's the moment you stop playing with your potential and start owning your destiny. The truth is, they won't see it at first. They won't believe it at first. Some people are going to look at your decision and laugh. They'll call it a phase. They'll call it a fantasy. But that's fine. You don't owe them belief. You owe them results. And one day, they'll look back at what you built and wonder how you did it. And you'll smile, because deep down, you'll know. I decided. That's it. That's the reason, that's the formula. Not magic, not miracles, just a decision made daily, enforced by action. The day you stop asking for permission is the day you start walking in power. So stop waiting. Decide now. Move now. Win now. Because you said so. Everybody talks about wanting to win until they feel the weight of what it actually costs. They talk big. I'm ready. I'm built for this. But the moment pain shows up, they start backing off. The moment it gets uncomfortable, they start negotiating with their goals. They start compromising. Let me tell you something. Pain is the price tag of greatness. There is no elevation without endurance. No triumph without trouble. If you want to rise, you better be ready to bleed. You think pain is your enemy, but I'm telling you, pain is your confirmation. Pain proves that you're growing. It proves that you're not in the same place anymore. Because anything worth having will stretch you. It'll break you down to the core before it builds you back up. It'll test every ounce of who you are just to see if you're worthy of what you ask for. That's not punishment. That's preparation. You want to win, but you're not willing to be broken. You want greatness, but you don't want discomfort. That don't even make sense. You can't have strength without struggle. You can't have depth while living soft. You can't develop grit while living soft. The reason some people never tap into their next level is because the moment it hurts, they start running. They run from the very thing that was sent to shape them. Let me tell you, real champions don't run from pain, they lean into it. They understand that it's not there to destroy them, it's there to define them. The fire ain't meant to burn you down, it's meant to burn off what don't belong. You want to get better? Then stop avoiding what's hard. Stop ducking discipline, stop hiding from pressure. You need that heat. It's the only way gold is refined. You don't find excellence in comfort zones. You ever notice how your greatest lessons came from your hardest moments? You didn't grow when it was easy. You didn't evolve when everything was working. You didn't become strong when everybody clapped for you. No, you grew when you were overlooked. You got strong when you were struggling. You found out who you really were when the lights went out and the pain set in. That's when you became dangerous. Most people misunderstand what pain is doing. They think pain is a stop sign. Nah, pain is a signal that says keep going. Pain is letting you know you're in the zone where transformation lives. You feel uncomfortable? Good. That means you're moving. That means you're shifting. That means you're finally in a space where average can't follow you anymore. But you got to stay there. You got to stay long enough to change. Some of y'all bail too early. The moment life starts squeezing, you escape, you tap out. You say, this ain't for me. But let me ask you, how bad do you really want it? Because until you're willing to suffer for it, you don't want it. Wanting it when it's easy doesn't count. Wanting it when it's fun doesn't count. Everybody wants to win when it's smooth, but only a few are willing to hurt for it. Only a few are willing to go through hell to hold heaven. You can't skip pain. You can't avoid it. You can't pray it away. It's part of the process. You will cry. You will doubt. You will question yourself. You will feel like giving up. And that's when it gets real. That's when you decide what you're made of. Because if pain can stop you, you were never ready. But if pain fuels you, if pain makes you grind harder, if pain makes you sharper, hungrier, more focused, then congratulations, you're built for this. There were days I didn't think I could make it, nights I couldn't sleep, times I was broken, drained, exhausted, but I didn't stop because I understood something. The pain wasn't permanent, but the promise was. And if I could just hold on, just keep swinging, just keep crawling, I knew the win was coming, and it always does if you don't quit. Pain is the admission price. You want access to that next level? It's going to cost you maybe your time, maybe your comfort, maybe your peace, maybe relationships, maybe sleep. But you can't get there paying with convenience. The receipt for greatness is written in sacrifice. And the reason some people are still stuck is because they keep choosing what's easy. They keep choosing what's fast, what feels good. But growth don't come from feelings. It comes from faithfulness. It comes from pushing even when you feel empty. It comes from grinding when you don't see the reward. It comes from trusting that what you're going through is shaping who you're becoming. You want to be the best? Then you better be ready to hurt. You better be ready to get knocked down, laughed at, misunderstood, betrayed, and still keep your head up and your spirit locked in. Because greatness ain't for the weak. It's not for the ones who complain. It's not for the ones who say this is too much. It's for the ones who say whatever it takes. It's for the ones who show up bleeding and still go to war. I'm not telling you to love the pain. I'm telling you to respect it. Because it's working for you. It's building something you can't see right now. It's preparing a version of you that's unshakable, unstoppable, undeniable. Every tear, every setback, every sacrifice is carving something in you that can't be faked or forced. Don't run. Don't numb it. Don't wish it away. Let it do its work. Let it teach you. Let it mold you. Let it elevate you. Because once you learn to carry pain like a weapon instead of a wound, nothing can break you. Everybody wants the moment. Everybody wants the spotlight. Everybody wants that one big break, that one viral post, that one opportunity that changes everything. But let me tell you something. They chasing the moment, and that's exactly why they keep losing. Because winning is not a moment. It's not a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. You don't just wake up and become a winner. You don't just stumble into greatness on a Tuesday. You live like a winner before anybody even notices. You think it's just the results that make champions? No, it's the repetition. It's the routine. It's the way you do everything, how you treat people, how you handle setbacks, how you show up when no one's clapping. That's the real win. That's the evidence that you already became who you said you'd be long before the world confirmed it. You keep thinking the moment will change you. Nah, you change, then the moment comes. You don't rise to the occasion, you fall to the level of your habits. And some of you are out here dreaming big with weak patterns. You talk success, but you live sloppy. You say, I will win, but your actions say, I hope something magical happens. That's not how this works. Winners don't depend on magic. They depend on discipline. Consistency. They live what they say every single day. It's in the way they wake up. It's in the way they train. It's in how they respond when they lose. They don't sulk. They study. They don't fold under pressure. They focus. Winning is in their DNA, not because they were born that way, but because they programmed themselves that way through repetition, through pain, through sacrifice. People ask me all the time, what does it take to win? I say it takes everything, every day. It takes being committed on the days you feel like it and on the days you don't. It takes being locked in when you're tired, when you're doubting, when you're discouraged. It's not the speech that makes you a winner. It's what you do after the speech. It's what you do when nobody's motivating you. It's what you do when life punches you in the mouth and dares you to get back up. You want to win? Then build a lifestyle where winning is non-negotiable, where quitting ain't even an option, where you don't need hype to execute, where you don't need permission to go all in. That's what winners do. They decide once, and then they commit every single day to living it out. Not sometimes, not when it's trending, not when it's convenient, always. Winning is in the way you talk to yourself when nobody's encouraging you. It's in the way you plan your day. It's in how you manage your energy, how you protect your focus. It's in the decision to stay hungry even after you've already tasted a little bit of success. Because the ones who lose, they celebrate too early. They get a little win and they slow down. But the ones who live this thing, they don't ease up, they level up. You don't get to win once and call yourself a winner. You've got to show up every single day like the job ain't finished. You've got to hold yourself to a higher standard even when nobody's watching, especially when nobody's watching. That's when it counts. That's when the real ones separate themselves from the talkers. You got a lot of people pretending to be committed. They post about it, they talk about it, but when it's time to be about it, they disappear. You know why? Because they treated winning like a costume, not a commitment, like something they put on for show instead of something they live, breathe, and bleed every day. Winners don't wear it, they are it. It's in their heart, it's in their hands, it's in their habit. And when life hits them, they don't retreat, they don't panic, they respond because they've trained for that moment, they've rehearsed the pain. They've practiced composure. They don't fall apart under pressure, they perform. Why? Because pressure don't expose you, it reveals you. And if your lifestyle ain't built for the pressure, the truth is you were never about this life to begin with. You've got to be so consistent, so locked in that success doesn't surprise you. It's what you expected because you worked for it, because you prepared for it, because you outlasted everyone else who was only halfway committed. And here's the thing, you know when you're really about it. You know when you're locked in. You know when you're just playing with it. So be real with yourself. Stop talking like a winner and living like a wanderer. Get serious, get disciplined, get focused. Because here's the truth. If your lifestyle doesn't match your vision, then your vision is just a fantasy. It's just words. Dreams without discipline are just illusions. You want to manifest something real? Then back it up with a daily routine that reflects what you say you want. Don't just claim it, live it. And when it gets hard, and it will, you don't flinch, you don't fold, you double down. Because you didn't come this far for a moment. You came for a mission. You came to build something that outlives you. You came to become someone you can respect in the mirror. That doesn't happen in a moment. That happens through a lifestyle. So yeah, winning is beautiful. Winning is powerful. But don't get it twisted. It's also brutal. It demands everything from you. But here's the reward. Once you commit to living like a winner, you don't just win once. You win in your relationships. You win in your mindset. You win in your discipline. You win even when you lose because you learned. You win when no one sees you because you see you. And that's the goal. To build a life where winning is no longer a goal, it's your identity.